Okay, so it's on. Hello there. Good evening, everyone. Trust and Money TV again. And I have got a guest here today. I have Christelle Biiga with us today. And Christelle is going to share her story, her journey as a female boss who is doing it for herself. And we'll see what we can take from that today. So short intro. Welcome, Christelle. How are you?
Thank you, Trust. Thank you. I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here today and share with your audience.
Excellent. Thank you. No, it's a pleasure to have you. I'm really looking forward to this chat. So I am going to jump straight in and say, Christelle, can you tell us about yourself and a bit about your story, how you came to this point?
You don't want to know the whole story. But for the people that meet me for the first time, I'm Christelle Biiga. I'm originally from Cameroon. That's why I have this beautiful accent. But I live in Los Angeles, California right now. And as Trust mentioned, I'm a transformational coach and expert speaker. And I help female coaches reach their income goal in record time. That's the best part about that, in record time. But the way I do that is through alignment. And we're probably going to go deeper into that. But what brought me into that journey of helping female coaches reach their income goal faster is because I'm a coach myself, female, as you can see. And my journey has been not long yet. It's been barely, not even a year yet that I'm full-time as a coach. But it has been really a learning experience for me. One thing that has made a huge difference was to discover the power of alignment, taking aligned action instead of just massive action. And that's a big thing out there. Just do the things, work hard and keep pushing. I have tried that and I was frustrated, burnt out. And anything that I did in my life in general and as a coach, through alignment, went really faster and was easier, smooth, and made my business feel really good. That's why I want to help other coaches experience that, because it's a complete game changer. We have so many options out there, so many strategies, programs, things, checklists that should take us where we want to go.
True.
And sometimes we do all the things and we are like, I did everything. I checked all the boxes. So why? Why is it not working for me? Yes, it's working for thousands of other people. And the sad story is sometimes the successful coaches will tell you, oh, it has worked for thousands of my clients. If it doesn't work for you,
you are the problem. Just having that conversation today. Yes. I was just having that conversation today. Do you know, I am just going to hone in on that straight away. So expand on alignment. What do you mean? Yeah.
Yes.
In the context of what you did.
Alignment for me is just realign with who you really are and what you want. Those two steps. That's the key for me in terms of alignment. I'm not giving you a definition per the dictionary, but that's how I worked with alignment. Reconnect with who you truly are, which means realigning with you, the truest version of yourself, and aligning with what you really want. Because what you want it for a reason. You want it for a reason. It's coming from your soul. Your soul is screaming, I want this. Sometimes it doesn't make sense what you want. Sometimes you don't even know why you want it. You just know you want it. But being in that place of alignment is being in the power of being true to yourself and being, this is what I want. It doesn't matter if I sound like the craziest person in the room, I want it. And I'm going for it. That's for me alignment with who you are and what you want, truly.
That is so important. That is so important. And for me, the first thing that's coming up for me, and I think it's the challenge probably a lot of us have, is in the day-to-day, how do you keep that close to mind to not lose sight of it?
Yes. The noise out there is so loud, right? So many voices telling you exactly what to do, telling you what works, what should work for you, who you need to be, how you have to do it. So many voices, so loud out there. That's why it's so important to reconnect with yourself, because you know, as I was saying, what you want is coming from your soul. You want it for a reason. So no one else, even a coach or anyone else, no one knows why you want it. and no one knows how you're going to have it. So nobody can give you a strategy for it. So even though you have all those voices out there telling you how to get there, let's say I want to have this many clients in my business or make this kind of money. What is the strategy that will help me get there? No, forget about those voices first and figure out what do you want, because the same energy or God or universe, whatever you believe in, doesn't really matter. Put that desire in you, gave you the way to achieve it. Are you connected with yourself enough? Are you in alignment with yourself enough to hear that voice and to know exactly when you are in the midst of all those voices telling you exactly how you should do it, why you should do it, and how you should do it? Can you recognize which one is the right one for you? Which strategy or which coach or which program is in alignment with really who you are and what you want to achieve? If you are connected with yourself at that level, you will not run around running after any shiny object. You will always know what is the right move for you. What is the next aligned action? But it has to come from a place of power of knowing this is who I am. I'm not going to be the person, I'm not going to run my business like my coach. I'm not going to run my business like the other successful person, because their path is not my path. I am different. The reason why I started my business is not the same reason why they started their business. What feels good to me doesn't probably feel good to them. And what feels good to them doesn't feel good to me. So I have to honor myself. I have to be in alignment with who I am. So the reason why people struggle so much with all the things happening out there is because they are not fully in alignment with who they are. They don't know who they are. When you don't know who you are, it's easy for everyone else to tell you who to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone else can tell you who to be if you don't know who you are. Everyone else can tell you what to do if you're lost. Everyone else can tell you how you should show up if you don't even know where to start from. And for you to know every time, it's great to listen from other people. Don't get me wrong. Everybody needs a coach, right? Everybody needs probably a program or a strategy, but don't come from a place of fear of, since I don't know what to do, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know why I'm doing this, let me just hope and pray this is going to work for me. Nothing's going to work for you if it's not from you making a decision that this is how I want to run my business, this is who I want to be, and this is the container, this is the program, this is the coach that is creating that space for me to be me. Not for me to become someone else, not for me to do it like someone else, but to do it my way, and because this is me.
Right. Okay. I mean, I am so glad we're having this conversation. Like I said, I was speaking with someone about, what's working for other people, potentially not working for you, and trying to figure out what is the missing link. When I coach people, one of the first exercises we go through is, why are you here? Why do you want this? Why are you doing this? And I think you've really hit on something as to that. I absolutely believe that needs to be crystal clear for you to push through the times when it gets difficult, when it gets hard. So I guess my next question, feeding off that, is, let's say you've done the work once and you know why you want it. Usually when, take for example the money management that I teach, it's more of the how to. So you know why, but you're not sure how would you say the alignment helps them feel it out, sort of in the day-to-day, when you're in the trenches, sort of thing? How do you think maybe they can incorporate that into the actual action? Because yes, there's the knowing why, but there's the actions that need to be taken, I guess, in the day-to-day to get the outcome that you want.
I love that question. I love that your part is the how thing, taking people to the how. That's beautiful. You always know the how the moment you are clear. You mentioned that when you get clear on your why, the getting clear on your why is also getting clear on who you are. Because why you want something is based on who you are. If I want something, is probably a mean for me to be something that I want to be, somebody I want to be. There is always an emotion attached or a story attached to whatever you want. There is a reason why amongst all the cars that are out there, you want a particular car. You don't want just a car, just want a car to drive. No, you want a particular car. There is a reason why. And that reason is not only from your brain, it's emotional. There is a reason why you're attracted to that car. There is an energy behind. There is something you need to figure out. What does that mean to you to have that particular car? So when you get clear on that, what does that mean to you is linked to who are you? If you have that car, who are you being? What does that mean to you is now that you're, so that's now to link to your question. How do you get from the alignment in the how process is the way I help people with that is now that you know what you want and you are clear on that and why you want it, everything is clear in your mind. Don't start looking for how to get there because that means you are not in alignment yet. Steve Jobs said something beautiful. He said, you cannot achieve your dream from where you are. You have to be in your dream and connect the dots.
Amazing. Okay.
So once you know exactly what you want and why you want it, be in alignment to that and see how you will know exactly the step. How do you do that? For example, when I decided to start speaking in my coaching business, I decided on the type of coach I wanted to be, right? So how do I want to be? Who do I want to be? I didn't start looking for ways to learn how to be a coach first. I became a speaker. I say to myself every morning, I am a speaker. Now that I'm a speaker, you come from that place that is done. Now that I have achieved, you help people with the management. Now that I know exactly how to manage my money or my income, how do I show up? You come from that place.
Yes.
Now that I know how to manage now I'm so great at managing my money. How does my business look like? How do I run my business? How do I show up in my business? What do I do? What are the activities I do? Now that's how you know exactly what to do. Then you start taking aligned actions. Now you are not in your head doing what someone else told you worked for them. In the middle of everything that worked for other people, there is one thing that would be in alignment with you. So when you listen, when maybe you offer them a plan, you give them maybe a step-by-step process to on the house, in that checklist, they should be able to connect, be from that place of the result. When they come to you, they have a result they want to create.
I like that.
When they know they are clear, you help them get clarity on that result. They have to come from that place. Now that I have that result, how do I show up? What are the things that I do? How do I promote my business? And start promoting like that. Not be like, oh, as soon as I will get there, then I will start doing this. No. That means the things you are doing now are not what you really want to do. You just do it because you think it's going to get you there. Because you hear that a lot. If I get there, then I will start doing. No, start doing it now. That's the alignment. Start being that person today. Start being that business owner today. Start acting already. It's not the fake it until you make it. It's the become it until you make it. You're not faking. You are being that person already.
That is so good. Yes, that is so good. I mean, I've heard a coach once say, you know, the word become is you first be it and then it comes to you in the become. That is, yes, that's a really good point. Yeah, thank you. Fantastic. So the next one, if someone comes to work with you, for example, how do you help them? What do you roughly take them through?
The first question I ask them is, what do you want? I think that's the first question each coach will ask, but my question about what they want is not only having a goal, is in general. What do you want in general? The goal you have, there is a reason why you want that goal. What do you want your life to be? What do you want to be? My work with people is really a journey back within, for them to remember who they really are. Because sometimes people say they know what they want, but they don't. Sometimes we want things because other people have those things. Sometimes we want things because they look great, but do we really want them? So that's the first thing. Really make sure people are connected with themselves enough to know exactly what they want. They don't want it because their family will be proud of them. They don't want it because their friends will, respect them. They don't want it because people will accept them after they have it. Do they really want it for themselves? And if not, what do they really want? So that's the first the step in the process.
Yeah.
Really removing all those
External
layers,
factors,
making sure, yes, making sure what you want is really what you want, which comes down to, do you really know yourself? Who are you? So that's really
where you start them from. Yeah.
Yes, because when you don't know who you are, as I was saying earlier, everyone else will tell you who to be.
Okay.
And I think once you know who you are able to remember that anything you want, you can create it because you have that power within you. But you don't know that because you don't know yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So say someone works with you. I don't know how long your program is, how long people work with you, but at the end of that, what would you say if you were to highlight maybe key 3 results that they'll have at the end of that? What would you say?
I will surprise you. I don't do programs anymore.
Okay.
And
whatever it is, yeah.
I do one-off sessions.
Okay.
Because it doesn't take long for transformation to happen. That's again a story that was created in our mind from society. That's the and people want to spend, and when people ask me how long, it is, you decide. You get to decide. And that's the power really help people step into. Be in a place of power to know that they can create it. Sometimes like magic. Because every story you have, you decide how you want your life to be. You decide if whatever the result you want to create it in 6 months or 1 year. But my space is we create it in a few hours. Because I know it's possible, and that's what I do with people. Whatever you want to create, we create it in 1 session, few hours. Because it's possible. That's the story they told you that, oh, you need to work, it takes time to get successful, it takes time to make money, it takes time. It takes time if you want it to take time. It's not a lie. It's true if you make it true for yourself.
Interesting.
Some people took 60 years to become billionaires. Some other people made it before they were 25. The kids that created, they are not kids anymore. But when they created Snapchat, they became billionaires. They didn't even know exactly that they're adults, right? So you create your story. At the end of the session with me, you are in a place of power to know that you create your story. You write the rules for your life and for your business. You are in that place of knowing that I make the rules, because we don't have that power anymore. We don't. Nobody allows us anymore to be who we are. Nobody gives us space anymore to decide, because they keep telling you, but it doesn't work that way, says who? But it cannot happen like that, says who? If it's not against the law, I'm asking, says who?
Sure.
If I want it to happen tomorrow, why are you telling me nobody takes you? It can't happen tomorrow. So if you want to know the end result after a session with me, you're in that place of power, knowing that I make the rules. And you start seeing the results. You start seeing how the things they told you for years, and you believed in those things. And because you believe in this is happening in your life. Oh, it's going to take you time. It's going to be so hard. When I decided to become a speaker in February. They were like, you need a signature talk. You need this, you need that. I said, no, I don't. And because I'm in that space of creating the rules for myself and for my business, a few weeks later, I landed my first speaking gig in a live event before even having a title for my speech.
Wow.
So that's what I do for people. I take them into that place to remember that they are the creators of their own reality. It's not a story. It's really being in that energy and seeing how you start creating that and understand that, wait a minute, what other lives have I bought to and that are ruling my life now? Maybe it's working for other people, great, but this is not what I want. Why I want it to work for me this way? If the answer is yes, go for it. But no, I don't feel like I don't want to wait 10 years for me to get there. Then don't. You don't have to. Always ask to yourself. But you can't do this, says who? But it doesn't work like that, says who? Is it against the law? No, okay. I changed that today for myself, for my life, for my business. But when I talk like that, it can be confused. That's why in my session, I really remove all those blocks that stop you from seeing that within you, because you have that power, but you don't see that anymore because of all those conditioning and stories and limits, especially for women.
Yes.
Our blocks and limits and limiting beliefs are higher and bigger. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
No, I am thinking that must be so empowering to come off that session feeling like, no, actually, I am in charge here. That must feel incredible. So how did you get to that point? What got Christelle to that point? Because like you said, this is not how society conditions us. This is not, you know, what most of us grow up with. So how did you get to that point?
To keep the story short, because yes, let's keep it short here. Okay. I got to that point because I am stubborn. That's a really short story. That's a short story here, okay? I have never been the child even that fitted in any roles. And guess what? The whole world made me feel bad about it, right? You can imagine. But you are stubborn. You don't do this like everyone did. Even when I was in school, I was a really smart kid, thank God, because I hated the whole school system. I hated taking notes. So I will just make sure I focus during the class to get what I can get from the teacher, ask the questions to make sure I get it, and go back home, do some exercises to make sure I get it if it's math or only anything like that, and go write my exam like that. And sometimes I will be in the classroom and feel like, I don't want to be here. Let me go home. Because being in the classroom from a certain time to Islam every day for 5 days a week, it's just not me. Do you think a parent will hear that from a child and be like, it's okay, just go to school when you feel like going to school?
I don't think that's going to work out too well.
Thank you. So my parents never knew that. So I will go and speak to the person at the gate. I'm like, I need to go home. And one day he asked me, like, every time when you go home, you leave from here, where do you go? What do you go do? Because he thought maybe I'll go do something crazy, right? Like any good teenager, right? But I told him, I'm just go home. Say, you go home? I say, yes, I do. I just want to go home. I don't want to be here. So I was already that person that just felt like I don't want to be here every day doing this from the same. I want flexibility. I'm a free spirit. For my parents to not find out that I was missing some classes, I made sure my notes didn't let them question anything, right? But I have always been free. And I had to grow up in a society where it's not okay to say, I don't feel like being in a classroom today. I grew up, so when you grow up, you become an adult, you try to become reasonable, right? But you can't function like this. But you can't function like this. You try to fit. Yeah. You try to not be the crazy person in the room. And then I started corporate jobs, and I would quit within a year because I would be like, oh my gosh, I would feel at some point like I'm suffocating. That's how much my soul wanted to be free, but I didn't know what it was. So I did a lot of things. I did TV, radio, all those things came to me. I didn't even go get anything, came to me. The opportunities came. I just said, yes, I get do this because I like that freedom. And I always knew that I can do anything I want. So every time they would tell me, it would be scary. Don't get me wrong. It would be scary to do something you have never done. Be on a TV show when you have never done TV, it was scary. But I did all those things and it was great. Yeah. So when I came here, same thing. I have to fit. Right now, it's a new world. Now you have to fit in the rules. You have to. Luckily, I was already the personal development work. So I was already learning about myself, being okay with who I am. Yeah. Already knowing that I am good. But again, I wasn't feeling good enough. That's the story of the humankind.
Yeah.
That's our story.
Mm.
We never feel good enough. We want to be different in order to be good enough.
Yeah.
We need to do more in order to deserve what we want. We're never good enough.
Mm.
So even in the personal development journey, I was breaking free from some limiting beliefs, being more free. Again, I got stuck in a corporate job, which was a great job, and I became a manager in less than a year. It was marvelous. But again, my soul was calling for something else, and I couldn't stop anymore. Was I crazy? Yes. And I remember crying on my couch the day I made the decision I have to quit my job and go full-time in business.
Yeah.
I was crying and asking, what is wrong with you, Christelle? Why can't you just sit there and just do it and just be?
Oh, you're
Just
still crying out for more. Yeah.
and I was like, I just can't. I just can't. I need to be free. I can't be stuck in a structure of having, I can't. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not me. That's why I say it's so powerful for people to remember who they are.
Yeah.
Not when they remember that, be okay with that. You are perfect just the way you are. And I'm sick. The way I started doing that coaching, the way I coach and helping coaches, because I know the struggle. To become a coach, you have coaches.
Yeah.
And even as a coach, you have coaches, right?
Yes.
Only
Absolutely.
coach. Yes. I
Mm.
have struggled so much with coaches, getting great results. But I would never felt okay to be me.
Mm.
I never felt okay to wake up when I want to wake up because that's me. That's me. I'm a free spirit. But
Mm.
it wasn't okay for a lot of programs I joined. You can't run a business waking up at this. You have to wake up at this time, do this routine, you have to create this, you have to create a morning routine. They would put all these rules. And I was suffocating. And I
Mm.
was trying my best. And
Mm.
that's why I feel the pain of coaches, because you try your best to fit in those molds because they are successful, they know what they're talking about. So you want to make it happen for yourself. And it's a pain when it's not in alignment with who you are. It's a pain when you have to fight against your own nature. It's a pain when they make you feel like you are not good enough to deserve what you want. You are not good enough to get the results you want. You have to become different. You have to be more disciplined. You have to be more consistent. Is it something bad to be disciplined or consistent? Not at all. But what does discipline means to you? You have to find your own discipline. You have to find your own way to be committed. You have to find what those things mean to you and how you make it work your way.
Mm.
But not enough programs out there give you that room to be you.
Yeah.
Tell you, this is the plan. How does it look like for you to use this strategy? If you are learning how to do Facebook Live, I don't know. Do you want to be on Facebook Live every day for 365 days? Or how does it feel like? You still do Facebook Lives, right? But your way. But your way. Instead of you having to force yourself to be on a Facebook Live to, check a box on a list, and you hate the whole process. Do you think you're going to get any result? No, you'll be frustrated. And you'll be fighting against your true nature. You'll not be in alignment. That's why it's so important to be in your power enough to say, hey, this is me. And it's okay. Because they will tell you it's not okay. You can't succeed like that. You can't. No, you can't. And that's how the feeling of not being good enough is so big. Because everything out there screams, the way you are is not okay. The way you want to do it is not, you're never going to get it. You have to become someone else in order to get what you want. And I want to free people from that. It's not true.
Wow.
And I'm a living proof that is not true. It's okay to be the way you are. It's perfectly fine. You're perfect.
Wow, so many gems in that. So many gems you've just shared there. And thank you for sharing that story as well. Like we've obviously always had that sort of thing of being a free spirit there and then being okay with it and then kind of taking it and creating the life that you want. So no, there's just so many gems, so many good points. I hope people are taking notes. This is no, that's really good. I'm a little bit blown away. But no, I just want to celebrate you and celebrate that. Okay, so ladies that are listening right now, what is one thing that they can do today, one or two things that will make the biggest difference to them? What would you advise them?
One exercise they can maybe do if they want to do an exercise, or if not, they can just ask themselves this question: what do I want? It seems obvious like that, but sometimes people don't know. Just ask yourself that question. And if you're already involved in your business or you are thinking of starting your business, just ask to yourself, is this, if you're already in business, is this me? But your business is an extension of your life. When you look back, you sit back, you look at your business, just ask to yourself, is it me? Does this business look exactly the way I want it to look like? Does it feel the way I want it to feel like? And if the answer is yes, great, you're on the right path. But if the answer is no, you're like, yeah, it's kind of, but it's okay. No, it shouldn't be okay. It should feel good. It's your business. It's part of your life. So it has to feel good. So really take that time, sit, and sometimes we don't take that. We don't stop. We never stop. We have those checklists to complete. We don't think. That's why
that's
COVID
a really good point. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Just having the time to actually sit down and listen can be quite hard. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and that's why COVID was such a blessing at some point, to force people to stop and ask the right questions to yourself. If you are thinking of starting a business, ask to yourself, why haven't I started yet? Why? Is it because I'm afraid, or is it because I don't really want to do it? And why do I really want a business? Get clear on that. That's really key. Even if you're already in business, it's key for you to make sure that your business feels like you. When you look at your business, you see yourself like, yes, this is a business where people feel this way. I love it. This is a business, if you have, a team with you. My team is exactly, they feel the way I want a team to feel like, and they feel the way I want to feel like if I was in a team myself. It's your business. Does it look like you? When you work with clients, does it look the way you want, or you have a structure someone else created for you? Just takes 5 minutes or one day if you need to stop, take that check and ask, is it me?
Yeah.
Or is it something I'm just running, but it's really not me? Does this really belong to me? And if the answer is no, decide to take it back and make it yours, because it's yours. You created it.
Fantastic. So just really digging in and asking that question that really matters. Christelle, that is fantastic. This has been such a great conversation. I'm so happy that we're doing this. So just to finish up, if people want to find you, where can we find you? Where can they get in touch with you the easiest?
Yes, easy. I'm all about easy. They can find me.
We agree on that one.
Yes. They can find me on Facebook. My name is on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn is Christelle Biiga. But the fastest way to reach out is just DM me on Facebook, Christelle Biiga. Just send me a message and we chat and go from there.
Okay, great. So I think when I put this up, I will tag you so that they can go through from there as well. And if they have any questions, can they reach out?
Totally. Reach out, ask me a question. Yeah, I would love to answer the questions for sure.
Oh, fantastic. Well, this has been really great. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time today and sharing that with us. Your journey sounds exciting, and I'm sure you have so many more amazing things coming up for you.
Thank you so much for having me, Tross. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the conversation, and I hope your listeners also find it valuable. And I would love to hear from them. Any takeaway or question, feel free to reach out.
Wonderful. Thank you.